Yo, 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 what it do, family, man? It's your boy Tay, aka Takeover, and this is the Internal Riches channel. I'm really excited. I'm highly excited right now. I'm just only disappointed because what I wanted to put on there, I kind of wanted to like connect it to YouTube so it can go live on YouTube and stuff like that. But that's not what happened. So it's okay. We're gonna go and chalk it up. I put the link out there. I'm not sure if people clicked it or not. I'm not sure if people are able to get into it or not. But either way, man, we rocking out, right? And this is my first recording. This is the first episode of the Internal Riches channel. And honestly, for those that tune in, I just want y'all to come on this journey with me and just grow with me, man. I feel like the first episode is not going to look like episode 50. You know what I'm saying? Episode 50 is going to be like so much more different. So, I'm just allowing myself to exist in this space right now. This is new for me. I haven't done anything like that, but it's been a long time coming for sure. It's been a long time coming. I've had people ask me like, "Yo, you doing a podcast or what?" And I'm getting everything figured out. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's just a building process, step by step. Uh, it's not gonna be easy, but figuring it out along the way is just how the journey goes. Like this first episode is just practice. Like this is a practice thing right here, but I'm still practicing with intention. So yeah, man, this is the Internal Riches channel. Today, the first episode, this theme today is called the hidden currency. What do you mean by the hidden currency, man? What do you mean by the hidden currency? Like the hidden currency. And this is why I have this brand called Internal Riches, right? Internal, the internal riches that cannot be seen, right? It can only be felt. You can only experience it within yourself because it's internal riches, your soul's currency, right? These riches cannot be taken away from you. Why can't they be taken away? Because they're in your soul. Unlike the money that we chase all of the time externally, right? This external money, we can you that comes and goes. That's controlled by somebody else. We give it power, but when it's just existing on its own, it doesn't matter. The society can fall right now. Would it exist? No. We can't use money because it doesn't have any value anymore. I can't use money and pay a tree for some apples. No, that's not how it go. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to internal riches, these are the universes. This is the universe's currency that dwell within your heart, within your mind, that's created within your soul. Those juices that excrete from that, the feeling that you get from that, right? These are just a couple of them that just regard to internal riches, right? Self-worth, self-control, energy, purpose, connection, right? Love, peace, wisdom, understanding, and there's so much more that comes with it. But these riches right here, some of these riches, when you exist within it, when you let them exist within you and you grow that and you cultivate that, what brings like life is so much more grand. You don't need anything, bro. You don't need anything to feel blissful. You don't need anything to feel joyful. You don't need anything to be appreciative of life. You don't need a car. You don't need a job. You don't need a title, right? You don't need a whole bunch of money in your bank account. You can simply just exist. You can simply just sit. And also, with these types of internal riches that you have within you, life's turmoil, life storms, the way life comes at you, because life is going to make you suffer no matter what, right? That's just a part of life. People think like they desire positive experiences all of the time, and ironically, that's going to bring negative experiences, right? Because you expect good things to happen instead of being able to navigate through what life is trying to teach you, navigate through the life's difficulties, right? And without internal riches, without having a base and a foundation within yourself, you will always be lost, right? And that brings us to what it's like to not have internal riches, right? When we're in here and we're just chasing external validation, we're just chasing materialistic items. Why is that bad? Why is that a negative thing? Because it never ends. You can never be satisfied, right? Your self-worth is tied towards external validation. So when you don't get that external validation, you don't have any worth. When you don't get that materialistic item, you feel less than. You feel like you're not enough because you don't have this, you don't have that, or things aren't like this, right? You start to self-sabotage. This is when you start to live within a hell within yourself, right? Heaven and hell, that's a mind state. You need to understand that. And a lot of us are living in a hellish mind state. Why? Because we have no self control over our thoughts and over our emotions, right? To have control over your emotions, to have control over your thoughts brings you supremacy, I would say. I hope that didn't even make sense. Hold on. Let me just say it brings you a higher vibration. It brings you dominance within yourself, right? You are the controller. So when these thoughts come up, right? When these emotions come up, you know how to sit, you know how to pause and be like, look, this is not what I'm subscribing to, like as in the thoughts. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to think like this because that's not where I'm trying to be at, right? I choose these thoughts because this is towards my growth. I choose these thoughts because this puts me at the highest vibration that I can be at this moment. Your highest vibration not always going to be complete peace. Sometimes your highest vibration will be through chaos, but the thoughts that you choose in that chaos is what's important, right? Compared to you choosing self-sabotaging thoughts, you choosing certain types of thoughts that make you feel bad, start thinking about the past, start worrying about the future, right? Being scared about this, and this, and this, right? Thinking about other people's opinion, thinking you can't do something, right? Things aren't possible for you because you don't have these things, right? You see how that takes you away, it keeps you limited. But when you have that base within yourself, you have that foundation and you have that dominance, then you'll be shown. Then you'll see how much power you actually possess because you'll start experiencing life differently. The things that gravitate towards you will be different. Honestly, why do we operate in a fashion where we look at external validation so much? We've been taught that. We don't know nothing but that. Growing up in school, and our parents, they didn't tell us any of this. They didn't tell us how important our mind was, how important having an open heart was, the power of the tongue. Yeah, we know about the power of the tongue, but not enough. It's so vague. You know, the power of your tongue. So you gotta watch. We're not really diving into the whole metaphysics, the quantum physics of this whole thing here, especially your thoughts. We don't talk about those things and how powerful your thoughts and your words are. You know how powerful that is? Me speaking right now and the way that I'm speaking and with the intent that I'm speaking, it exerts a certain type of vibration and frequency out into the reality. And it's impacting the world as we speak right now in this very moment. It's impacting me in this very moment. Whatever thoughts I choose, whatever words I choose to speak. So when we start to think about the things that we talk about to ourselves, the things that we think to ourselves, you got to think, am I really displaying self-love here? Most of us say we love ourselves, but do we really? Think about your cycles. Think about the things that you're choosing on a daily basis. Is it displaying self-love? How much do you want to grow? Are you staying in comfortability? How often do you challenge yourself to be better? How often do you challenge yourself to stop certain habits that you know isn't good for you, right? A lot of people, oh yeah, I'm a good person. So you're a good person, but who are you to you? What perception do you have? How often are you able to question yourself, right? This opens you up now. This builds your awareness about yourself. This is what the main objective is: knowledge of self. This is how you get to the internal riches: knowledge of self. Being able to sit and pause for a second and analyze, whether it's externally or internally. You have to become aware, right? This isn't just some gimmick. This isn't just some, oh, you just talking on some spiritual stuff, yo. This is real. And when I talk about these spiritual things, people think it's a game. People laugh, you know what I'm saying? They see me meditating in the forest and stuff like that. They see me I'm talking the way that I talk. They just need to go right back on social media and go look at the drama and the bullshit filled shit, right? Not even realizing what they consume impacts them as well. It shapes your subconscious. None of us, a lot of us don't even know what that is. We're lacking knowledge, and that impacts society. That impacts our community, because lack of knowledge of self, what does that do? Lack of knowledge of each other. Because when you know yourself, you know and understand other people. You know and understand animals. You know and understand nature itself. Because all of that exists within you, bro. Everything that's externalized is the internal, right? So it's the internal is, or the external is the internal and the physical. But you have to be able to break it down. Man, it's so much more to get into with that, bro. It's no joke when you understand that everything is you. Everything is a reflection of you. Your perception determines your reality. So what is my reality telling me about myself? What is my environment telling me about myself? What are the things that I consume telling me about me? This is the process of how you get to these internal riches. Because if you really want peace, you have to go through the chaos of you. It's going to be chaotic. In order to get to that well, in order to get to that treasure in your heart, in your soul, you got to dive deep within that well. And that well is not going to just be an easy way through. No, it's going to be obstacles. It's going to be difficulties, right? But that is the beauty of it. When you battle through that and you triumph, boy, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So what is the difference between external wealth and internal fulfillment? What is the difference between that? External wealth is only temporary. Like I said before, it comes and it goes. It won't be enough. You know how many rich people right now that are in the best positions? You think, oh man, they got so much money, man. I know they just living good. Yeah, it can seem like that until they sit by themselves in a room, in a dark room with themselves. And what is it going always going to come back to? It's always going to come back to self. If you haven't done that internal cultivation or worked on yourself or developed foundation within, it's always going to come back to that, bro. Because all of these little things, you go to the strip club, you go out, have a trip, or you go, they're only just moments and experiences. Quick, bang, bang, bang. When it's over, it's over. It's a good memory, but you're always going to come right back to self. Those thoughts that run in your mind, those experiences you have, and if you haven't developed that internal cultivation, certain experiences will literally destroy you. Why? Because you don't know how to be a source for your own being. Because that's what internal cultivation does. You're your own source. You can have joy and happiness within your own self without nothing. You don't need anything. I can go sit in the forest right now and feel like I'm in heaven. I can be right here, right now, be still, meditate, and feel like I'm on top of the world without money, without these materialistic things. It's great to have. It adds towards your internal fulfillment, but it's not nothing without it. That's why these rich people lose it. That's why the people that's on top that got everything they want in terms of external things, they lose it because it's like, now what? I'm still missing something. Yeah, you're missing yourself, right? You're missing you. And to the people that are chasing external wealth, that keep chasing, I gotta get this house, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get. You lose it as well. Like I said, you feel like you're not anything without it. So you chasing that thing, and then all of a sudden when you do get it, it's like, oh, I got it, but now what? It's always gonna come back to that base, bro, because less is actually more. People don't understand that's how real that is. Less is more. When you detach yourself from all of this and be like, I don't need any of this. I appreciate it right now. Let me come back into myself. And you go back into that meditation and you breathe and you sit back and you appreciate the smallest things that you can possibly appreciate. You realize how much magic is around you 24/7, how much magic is in you 24/7. If you sit back and you just look, right? Too many of us are just going, trying to get something, trying to chase something, and missing all of these jewels that's around us, bro. Things that keep us going, things that add value to our soul, love that is around us every day, especially your love. You're missing your love, man. That lacking of love, man, just lacks under like it makes us lack understanding, man. We miss it. I was there, man. My story, when I was in that space before I came, into my journey of my internal riches, discovering what that is and actually wallowing in it. I was lost. All I did care about was, football, what job I was going to get into, right? Validation from other people about how I look, validation about from other people about how cool I was, right? Relying on so many things in life to give me joy and happiness, right? So if I didn't have it, then that mean I had to be mad at something. It was something else's fault. Oh damn, this didn't happen, man. Now I gotta be depressed. Who told you that? Oh, you. You told yourself that. So the reality was like, oh, for real? You gotta be depressed? All right, cool, cool. That's what's gonna happen. God was like, oh, for real? Anything you say goes. So if I say I'm depressed, that's what's gonna happen. That's what people in that mind state don't even realize. Yo, I'm depressed. Yo, I'm dealing with this. You're speaking it into existence, bro. This is a part of your internal riches. You're never gonna get to that treasure if you keep bringing yourself from it. If you keep looking outside, right? That's what we're doing. That's what too many people do. That's what the society wants. They want us in that space, bro, because they know that we're going to be controlled because we don't have control of our emotions, right? Our frequency is low, and they know how to keep that shit low. Social media, news outlets, constantly broadcasting low vibrational things for you to consume. So that low vibration is built, so it's strengthened. And I was feeling that. not even knowing what it was, man. What was I at, man? Going through a breakup. That breakup was, man. That was a tough time in my life, man. Definitely was. It was COVID 2020. Everybody had left school. A lot of people stayed. A lot of people left. Um, it was only a couple of people that was around me. I was going to work every day, and I was battling what had happened in that relationship and how it went. And the way it went was just so foul because I'm such a good dude, bro. I kept my heart pure. I was I stayed solid and lies were put on me. I stayed solid and so much betrayal happened. And I had to sit with that, replaying things in my head, imagining things in my head. And I had to sit with myself like, yo, how do I stop this? How do I stop my thoughts from going so much, bro? Like I'm already an overthinker. I already think a lot. So when things like that had happened, and still I battle it with myself and I know how to temper myself now, but at that time it was running rampant. I didn't know how to control it. It was just going. It was controlling me. All right. I had to go look. Something told me meditation. Meditation. Well, let me go try it. I looked it up on YouTube, pressed it. It was a guided meditation. I went for about 15 minutes, laid back, took my breath. When you close your eyes and you take that breath and you do breath work, you tune out from all of this shit, all of the external things, all of the physical things that's going on, and you go back into home. You tune back and back into your body. You tune back into your internal reality, feeling your energy. It's energy. They was helping me do energy work. I didn't even realize it. Telling me to feel the sensations in my feet, feeling sensation go up my legs into my hips, into my chest and my stomach, into my shoulders. And every time I breathe, I release. You imagine yourself releasing all of the worries, all of the things that's got your mind in a jamble. Release it, let it go. And as you're just sitting there, you feel that weight come off of your body. As you sitting there, you remain still. You focus. You restrain yourself because the ego will fight you in this time. You might want to move, you might want to get up, you might want to scratch, you might want to, you know, anything. Start thinking certain thoughts. But once you learn how to let go and you let flow, you let those thoughts just flow by because they're all temporary at the end of the day. Just like everything that's physical, it's all temporary. All right. The thing about having these internal riches and actually knowing who you actually are, once you tap into that, you'll realize that you are immortal. The consciousness and the awareness never dies. The thing that allows you to have dreams, experience your dreams. When you have daydreams, you experience it in that moment. When you think about the future and you visualize, you experience the feelings of whatever you're thinking about in that moment. You think about the past, you think about trauma, you think about your greatest memories, you experience the feelings in that moment, even though it's not happening. How are you doing that? Your consciousness and your awareness. So you retain that. You're able to speak to yourself in your head and hear it. What is that? I just said about 15 things in my head just now when you couldn't hear it. Why? You're not in my consciousness, in my awareness. We're all connected, but we're all in a individualized experience. So beautiful. And when I was tapping into that realm, It was only for 15 minutes, right? Now, mind you, I didn't come to all of those realizations in that one setting, but it got to introduce me to something, which was that stillness, which was that release of all of the things that I was thinking about and that I was feeling. It released off of me and I let it go. Once I let it go, now what? I have the opportunity to reintegrate things within my being, the positivity, different things I want, life, love. Now, mind you, that stuff is always going to come back. You feel me? Because it's still a program running in your mind. And you got to be able to click it and be like, remember what we practice? Nah, let it pass by. You're going to feel the same feelings again, but you got to be able to practice that positive reinforcement, practice changing your how your brain is wired, right? And this is how you eventually, as you do it bit by bit, consistency. It's just like going to the gym, but it's mental, that consistency of doing it. All of a sudden it's second nature. All of a sudden it doesn't even feel right if you was to try to think like this or to try to do these certain types of things. You feel me? And when you exist in that reality, when you start tapping into your internal, bro, this is how you create heaven on earth. Real. Like I said, it is so much like beauty around us, bro. But until we have that ability to sit back and analyze and see the beauty within us and allowing us to see the beauty that's outside in the smallest things possible. Man, it's honestly, it makes me not even be able to speak sometimes because when you tap into that realm, bro, you don't even want to talk no more. It's so much that you feel within yourself that talking is just too much. And when I'm trying to explain these things, I feel like talking is not enough. Like because you have to feel it. You have to wanna feel that, wanna understand that, wanna break down exactly what you're thinking. Why do I think these thoughts? Why do I feel these things? If you want them internal riches, you're gonna have to dig for it. You feel me? And speaking of that, I wanted to also just talk about my brands for a second. My brands, internal riches, right here. I got the sweatsuits. This is why I have this brand. It's not just about fashion. It's not just about looking good, but it's about the message, right? And we, of course, I so much to expand with this brand, bro. But it means so much to me, man. That link is also, is in everywhere. If you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on TikTok, you follow anywhere you follow me, that link is there. If you the link at the bottom of this right now that's scrolling past, internal riches channel, uh uh internal riches global. You see that link tree? Dive into that link tree. My TikTok is on there, this YouTube is on there, um, Instagram is on there, the link to internal riches is on there. I'm about to have my juices as well, which this is take over your health. I don't have my labels right now, which is crazy. Wild business, but this is my juicing business. Is so much more to expand on that as well. I'm growing all of this. It's all about building, right? And this incorporates with internal riches as well. Because the way you take care of yourself, like I said before, taking care of your body, the things you consume adds towards your internal riches. It adds towards how you experience yourself, right? How you experience life. Keep treating it like some bullshit. You're gonna experience bullshit, disease, body ailments, right? Sicknesses. All of this develops to what you consume, food, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to. All of it adds towards that shit, bro. You have to be aware. You have to take accountability, right? So these two brands right here is all about internal riches. Let me go and crack this open right here. This is the pineapple potion, matter of fact. Pineapple potion. I've been sitting here rapping. Let me get some of this pineapple potion right quick. I had to pour it in the mug. That's what the mug said. More self-love. So it's confirmations everywhere for me, you know? So as I'm drinking this, I think about self-love. I'm giving myself love. So whatever I put in this mug is gonna be, giving me love. You from giving me life. So I'm gonna go and sip this. Mm, good Lord have mercy. So in this pineapple potion is pineapple, apple, lemon, and ginger in there with some mint. So that on your gut, man, it just does so much. It reduces inflammation. It gives you natural energy. It boosts your immune system, right? Reducing that inflammation also gives you more blood circulation. And that blood circulation, like I said, gives you that energy. Blood circulation helps your body heal faster, right? Circulation helps your body to function better because everything is pumping, everything is working. It's like an engine. Everything is running past. The blood is pumping through there efficiently, allowing your gut to work efficiently. So tap in, man. Yeah, they on the link, man. I appreciate anybody support, any type of support. It's just a black man trying to do his thing out here, man, trying to get the message out. And it's not about getting money. A lot of people just think about business and I'm trying to get this paper, but that's great. But what are you giving to the community? That's the main thing. How am I contributing to the community? What am I giving? What am I giving the people? What am I giving myself through this process? Who am I becoming through this process? Right? Excuse me. And that's a tie back into internal riches once again. Right? Because whatever you're chasing, whatever you're going for, who are you becoming in the process, bro? Right? What are you learning through the process? Because that is what matters. I think I was writing something the other day and I was like, what was I saying? I'm trying to think about what I was saying specifically. Oh, matter of fact, it's right up in here. Y'all might get a little bit of a poem from me today, man. Here we go. I'm gonna just say the poem. This is what I wrote, right? This is while I was at work. Sometimes shit could be rocky. Just don't lose your marbles in the chaos. Feeling sentimental, but you must be a sediment. Stay solid. Don't settle in the negative thoughts. Take a pause and look at the embellishments that heaven sent you to relish in with no cause. Spending so much time trying to catch up, but lacking ingredients to the sauce. You can't skip steps to the formula, dog. Pour your heart into the mixture. Love is what you're missing. You can't rush the positioning and expect the result to be a long lasting gifting when you didn't even take your time to let your love marinate in the crevices. Appreciate the art of the process so the journey is what you digest in your system. And when your kids get the formula, they can be full when eating dinner at the table with wisdom. Giving out plates to my people, the flavor unmatched. See, I didn't even get to finish it. But basically, what I was saying is instead of being so caught up into the finish line, into the result, when you allow yourself to be present in your journey, right? To appreciate the step by step by step by step, appreciate every part of this process, you allow yourself to marinate in it. When you marinate in it, you allow everything, all of the juice that's around you, you can notice it. That's just like being in a forest, right? You're walking in the forest. I always have this analogy to people when I say appreciate the small things and take a pause and take it slow. I imagine two people in the forest. They all trying to get to this tree, right? One guy, he's trying to race. The other guy, he's just trying to get to the tree. So the other guy, he's rushing in the forest. He's running everywhere, trying to hurry up and get to the tree. He's running as fast as to get there. Mind you, he got there. He got there first. So he was hype about winning. Yo, I beat this motherfucker, man. That's easy, man. I told this nigga. And the other dude, he came back like, yo, that was the best experience ever, man. But what you talking about? I just beat you. What you mean? Bro, this forest is beautiful. The things that I noticed, the trees that fell, the insects that was feeding on the different things that was in the forest, watching the animals interact, how vibrant the trees were, listening to the wind rustle, right? Breathing in the smell of the soil. Right. He got so much to say about his experience to the tree. The other guy, like, damn, I just got to the tree. I don't know. At least I won the race. Yeah, but then what? Right? You're not bringing anything of value as you got to the tree. So who is going to have the better story about what happened? The guy that took his time. He can talk to his kids about it. He can talk to other people about it. Hey man, when I went through here, I seen this, I seen that, I experienced this. You got to start doing like this. He got so much to say. The other guy, like, yo, I mean, you just run fast. I mean, he doesn't know what to say. That's the only thing he could talk about. The other guy has so much more wisdom and knowledge and understanding about everything that was going on because he took his time. He took his time and he went slow. He analyzed and appreciated the small things. He paused and took a and was still, right? Looked around instead of trying to go, 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 go. Everybody's trying to go and trying to hurry up. What are you hurrying up for? You know what old people always tell me? Hey, bro, I don't know what y'all young people be doing, but it's nowhere to rush to. I don't know what y'all rushing for. You're not going nowhere. Sit back and appreciate the journey, man. Stop trying to go so fast. That instant gratification be killing us, bro. As a society and a community, everybody wants this. Everything wants to come fast. Everybody wants that pleasure. Hurry up and let that pleasure come. Nowadays, social media, everybody wants to hurry up and get it on there so they can get that validation. Don't work like that, buddy. And if you want it to work like that, what has to happen? You got to sacrifice yourself. You got to go against your morals and your standards. That's what we're looking at with celebrities to get in certain positions. They have to sacrifice themselves. They have to go through something that goes against their character to get in that position, to get that amount of money. That's why they suffering even more, right? They're miserable. Because like you got it, but at what cost? You have to think about this shit, man. You have to actually make it make sense for yourself. Take your time in your journey. It's okay. It don't matter what part you in. Just like me right now, this first episode. I'm appreciative. It's not perfect. It's not how I want, but as I go, as I keep being consistent, as I keep being appreciative, as the step by step, this brick by brick, as I build, it's just gonna keep forming in. The picture is gonna develop. The things that I'm gonna be able to, I'm gonna have an actual camera, have a this setup and that setup, actually have a space. I can see it, but I'm not in a rush to get there. Everything is going to come exactly how it's going to come in the fashion that it's going to. Take your time. You feel me? Just remember that. Let me sit back and sip my take over your health right quick. Just take over your drink. I just said take over your drink. That don't make no damn sense. Do it. So real quick, y'all. I really wish this was live so I can like ask y'all questions to answer, right? But this is a couple of questions that you can ask yourself. What's something that you're rich in that money can't buy? Hey, think about that for a second. What's something that you're rich in right now that money cannot get? You can't pay money for it right now in this very moment. And in this very moment, when you think about that question, I want you to breathe. Take a deep breath. And in that deep breath is one of your answers. But you got to look for it. You got to understand what that is. and it's multiple answers within that, within one deep breath. Wow, that made me had to take a pause for a second. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to another question, right? What's one thing you do that instantly restores your energy? That's one of them just now. I can say a couple of them real quick, right? A deep breath, having a breath work session, going out and taking a walk without no music and just walking. Put the phone in the pocket, leave it alone. Just take a walk. Just sit with your thoughts. The way that just instantly fulfills me, it recharges me. Meditation, which is incorporating basically the same thing as breath work, but like I said, you putting your focus back into your mind, into your internal. So all of this doesn't even matter anymore. Instantly recharged, instantly restored. That's how you recharge yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of things just to think about, real quick. What's a moment this week that made you feel proud of yourself? That made you feel thankful? One moment this week that where you was just sat and was like, damn, I'm proud of myself. I'm thankful for me. And if you haven't had a moment like that, what's stopping you from having it right now? Like literally think about what's stopping you. You feel me? Why can't you be proud of yourself right now? Because you don't have this and this, or because you're not here, you haven't attained your goal yet. Doesn't matter. You could be thankful for you 24/7. Give thanks to yourself. Be proud of yourself. Look how far you've come. Look how much life that you have lived. If you're not satisfied with it, okay, cool. How we gonna change it? What things do you need to do? What things have you done? How can we work on that? Regardless, I'm still appreciative for life, that I can breathe, that I can move. That means you still have a purpose in this reality, you know? So I ain't even going, well, I could do one more question. One more question. All right. Hmm. I'm trying to get a good one for y'all. A good one. Like, I got a set amount of questions that's sitting right here, right? This is a good one. Real quick, real quick. If your inner world was a bank account, what would your daily deposit look like? Like today, what would your daily deposit look like if your inner world had a bank account? If you had the money that you put in there is not physical money, but what you do with yourself, what you think to yourself, what you say to yourself. What would that bank account look like? Is it fat? Oh, you got them bank rolls. Yo, I got bank roll. Yo, I got paper. Nobody got it like me. What is it looking like? -8, -15, $20. You want that motherfucker to be in the millions, billions. Because what you can do with that can't be touched. It can't be bought. Right? The hidden currency, man. The internal riches. And how that impacts your reality, how that impacts your experience in this world through it all, the negative and the positive, because that's going to be here regardless. You feel me? So, that being said, we're going to close this out, man. Uh, we're going to cheers. I actually have to have an event to go to. Guess what the event is called? Speak Life. Gotta appreciate it, man. You know, and this is a Speak Life event, and I'm appreciative. Bringing Take Over Your Health there. I might be performing, doing a poem, and yeah, man, that's what we about to go do. So About to close this out in a second. And real quick, before we even close it out, I just want to take a deep breath. Just go and marinate on the message that was just spoke about, that we just dove into. Being thankful for self, being appreciative for ourselves right now in this very moment. Releasing all of the worries, all of the negativity that we done had built up today. Release all of the energy that we done use. Release all of that shit and bring it back in. We're gonna finish out this night strong, you know. And I had a lot going on today, man. It was a lot that I could have worried about. It's a lot going on right now as we speak, man. This little retrograde that they talk about, niggas is active right now. So much shit going on. But am I gonna let that put me in a certain mind state? Am I gonna let that dictate my day? No, not at all. Who would I be if I let that happen? Whose fault is it if I let that happen? Right? I'm taking accountability of for me. Right? It's okay. It's cool. Let me reinforce that trust. I already know shit gonna be good. Whatever I'm experiencing right now is for my own benefit. Whatever I'm experiencing right now, I can overcome regardless. Corinthians 10:13. That has to be one of my favorite, quotes for real. You feel me? God won't put you through anything unless you can overcome it and make gold from it. So what are you tripping for? Yes, it's you're gonna think about it. You inevitably you're gonna worry. Inevitably you're gonna start thinking like, what if this happened? What if that happened? But you being focused on it is not helping. It's not gonna get you nowhere because what's going on? You're not having clarity in your mind. What's going on? Your nervous system is everywhere, right? That's putting you in a low vibration. It's affecting the way that you're experiencing yourself. You're attracting the negativity. You're building it. You're giving it strength. For what? Whatever you speak, whatever you think will literally shape your reality. So why wouldn't I focus on the positive? Hey, I know I'm gonna defeat this shit. I know I'm gonna get here. I know I'm gonna experience this in my life. Let me just appreciate the way there. Just a part of the process. I say I wanted to experience it. I say I wanted to accomplish my goals. I want to get here. I want to get there. Well, what you think is just gonna come tomorrow? 2 weeks, 2 months, a year? I don't know. You gotta let that shit flow and just be open to the experiences that God is gonna give you. That set experiences. Okay, cool. You wanna get here? You're gonna get you all of this. I'm gonna give you all of the tools in order to build exactly what you're trying to get. I want you to develop your character first. So when you get there, you already got a foundation. You're not relying on that thing to make you feel this, to make you be have self-worth, right? You're not relying on external things to confirm for you that who you are. That's how motherfuckers get lost, right? That's exactly what the fuck happens. You putting your personality, you putting your character, you putting your worth all into external things. So when that shit gone, you're nothing. Back to the base. It's always gonna come back to self, my nigga. So tonight, throughout the night, think about what you did today. What things did you do that was towards your growth? How did you speak to yourself? How did you think? What thoughts did you choose? Reflect. Self-reflection is the best thing that you can ever do because that's your own homework on yourself. So, that being said, man, we're gonna close that shit out. This is Tay, aka Takeover. It's the Internal Riches channel. Much love to y'all, man. Peace out, man. Damn, I don't even. Whole time I don't even know this. Nino, what's up, bro? I ain't even know you tapped in, bro. Much love to you, bro. I gotta put this out. I'm gonna throw that on the YouTube.